In this episode of Croc Diaries, a remote South Pacific island is terrorised by a rogue crocodile. I do makeshift surgery on a shot-out eye. And a dramatic release nearly ends in disaster.
Here we go, our lives are on show, working at Australia's Zoo. They say you gotta watch your step while you were hanging with a reptile, but that's all I wanna do. It's animal life, it's easy to see. You bring out the animal inside of me. It's animal life, and I can't wait to get back to nature here at Australia's Zoo.
Have a go at him. A lone crocodile ruling the seas in one of the most far-flung corners of the globe. A local population living in fear, too afraid to go into the water. One of the most beautiful coastlines on the face of the earth. We're in Vanuatu, a tiny island nation scattered across an archipelago in the South Pacific Ocean. This typifies Vanuatu. Drop-dead gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful tropical paradise. Over 80 islands, most of them looking like this. 200,000 people, certainly not crowded. Tropical? Mate! You can watch the rocks grow just about, it's going off. If you can imagine, people have been here for over 1,000 years. Maywo Island was the first place that they came to, and then slowly but surely they got to all the other Vanuatu islands. For hundreds of years, if not longer, people have been working in this ocean, in these coral cays, in the seas, hunting, gathering, fishing, diving, with no crocs. Big cyclone comes, croc turns up, everyone's out of the water. That's a big effect. The croc first appeared in the waters around this island that inspired the mythical land of Bali High. At its heart is the biggest volcano in Vanuatu, and every now and then the crater lakes boil up with volcanic eruptions. It's sometimes known as the disappearing island, and we're dead lucky to see it through the clouds that have just parted long enough for us to check it out. The croc then moved close to villages on this island of Maywo, and we're flying into a rough airstrip carved out of tropical jungle that blankets every square inch of the land. Maywo's about 12.5 miles end to end, and it's a heck of a bumpy cross-country ride to the village where we've tracked down the croc. This crocodile is affecting over 28,000 people. That's a lot of people. It's been in this area between the two islands, Ambrym and Maywo, for 5 years. And it's been here for almost 2 years. And so they've had to buy canned fish, can you believe it? Their divers aren't game to go into the water. The kids, they're banned from the beach. It's taboo. Not allowed to go to the beach because of the croc. And fishermen are scared at night, and quite rightly so. From what I've seen of this croc, he's got a big head. I'm not sure just how big he is, but he's a whopper. And if he gets debilitated or he gets too hungry, then of course they tend to eat things that aren't on the menu, like people. Not that that would ever happen, but it's very important for us to get out and try even harder to get a hold of him. You can see the crocodile here, swimming, yeah?
Every time he passes through the Brazil, he will find a stone.
Oh.
Down to the north and to the south.
And resting here?
Yeah.
He's sleeping at this rock?
Yeah.
Gee. Whew, this croc's been seen going up and down. These blokes, they're up here all the time. This is the village of Navan Vinny, and this is where they sit, where they have little ceremonies, where they sit and relax, and they see the croc going up and down. So as luck would have it, they've seen the croc headed that way. So we're going to take our trap down about 5 k's down and see if we can get out in front of him. After living with intense fear for years, life got really desperate when the crocs started sneaking in and eating the village's pigs and dogs. They feared for their children's life, and after failed attempts to shoot him, they appealed for help from Australia Zoo, our crocodile rescue unit. No sign of him in the mangroves, so we're setting our trap near the rocks where the locals last spotted him cruising around. We're doing this croc rescue with just 3 of us. Me, Brian and Toby, 2 of our toughest and most experienced croc blokes. It's the first time we've used floating traps. I've designed them for light transport, but strong enough for tough crocs.
Want to see how tough this trap is?
Woo!
Hello?
It's got to be strong enough to withstand the heavy battering of tropical seas, as well as the incredible power of an adult saltwater crocodile who's gonna be grumpy when you catch him. We'll bait the trap with big chunks of meat, and once that's lured him inside and he grabs the food, the door will trigger shut and whammo, we'll have him. The palm fronds are going to provide much-needed shade from the hot tropical heat. We're here to rescue the croc and cause him as little stress as possible. Rightio, so we've located the croc, got the trap in place, and now it's all about waiting, trying to lure the crocodile into the trap, which is going to give me a bit of time to check out a few other island residents like the coconut crabs and Pacific boas. It's a coconut crab, and those claws are capable of ripping the husk straight off a coconut. But have a look at this beautiful, soft abdomen there. Got protection though, got armour plating around here, and they're able to dig into the ground really quickly. Have a look at the armour plating on the back there too. What an incredible crustacean. And they can grow over a couple of feet wide. They get really, really big. The big problem for these coconut crabs is they're a delicacy. Apparently they're really good tucker. All the villagers eat them. And of course now there's a market. They export them off their islands back to the main island of Ifate, where rich people hook into them and eat them. I've got to tell you this, if you are ever seriously concerned about an endangered species, don't eat it, mate. Just don't eat it. That way the trade's going to get cut back something shocking, and that's what we want to see happen, because these beautiful creatures are going to become extinct. You're a beautiful animal. I'm going to let this one go. He is going to avoid the pot, thanks to Steve-O. How thick is this vine? Have a go at it. Beautiful broadleaf vine. But it's actually a pest. This is a pest species here in Vanuatu. It was brought here in World War II. The Vanuatu archipelago had a real good US stronghold in World War II, trying to stop the Japanese from coming down here, but it's taken over the jungle. Have a look at it. Just takes over the joint. You know, and on the island of Mabo, when you climb up, you just go into this and you think, oh, this is impenetrable. But I tell you what, the people are real good with their bush knives, and they chop, chop, chop. And once you get inside the forest, this amazing transition takes place. Oh, have a go at this. Here we go. Hey, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Have a look at this little treasure. What a little beauty. It's only a little one yet. This island literally crawls with these things. This is the Pacific boa. Have a go at her gorgeous little flat head. She's got a flat head, pointy, flat head. Now here's one species that is actually, let's zip back out here, have a look at this, have a look at this. Here's one species that actually hasn't been adversely affected by this vine. They're specialists, mate. These things get deep, right underneath here, like thick underneath here. And they're very, very easy to find. And this is an ideal location, sitting on this track here, waiting to ambush little animals. A boa at this size would eat geckos, frogs, rodents. Love to eat rodents and birds too. The funny thing is with these boas is the local people hate them. They don't like them at all, which is really amazing. There's no venomous snakes on Vanuatu. Nothing to be scared of with these snakes. Look at this. You want to bite my nose? How about my eye? You can bite my eye if you want to. The snake will just retreat. I have never known one of these things to bite, ever. You'd have to really upset one to get it to bite. Look how placid it is. I mean, this is your tree. You want to go in this bit? You go in there. A nice dark bit in there. How's this? It's starting to rain again. The air's that thick you could cut it with a knife. Mate, the humidity's 100%.